Good thing we're friends, that we're not up here fighting each other. But we are fighting somebody. We're fighting our chops.
What about you winning?
Oh, it's not the win.
I said you're winning.
Oh, you think I'm winning?
You're winning.
Oh, thank you very much. I don't know what it sounds like. So. But anyway, we're going to let Dr. His Eminence, His Excellency. See that? I got you. See, that calms him down. I know how to do that. Dr. James Johnson, who is the co-founder, along with his wife Pamela, of the Afro-American Music Institute, celebrating 42 years in the community, teaching this language, this musical language that was founded in America by the blacks who came here, not by choice, and they didn't bring books, and they didn't bring any clothes, but they brought the music. And they were singing on this slave ship. And maybe you don't know it, but there's a scale that comprises the blues that came from West Africa. It's the pentatonic scale. It's only got 5 notes on it. Play it, James. James? He's not even paying attention. What are you doing? You're not even playing a horn. He's up there. It's my lip and Art's lip. Oh, he's just being cute. He's just being pretty. That's all. Okay. All right. The black notes on the piano are the pentatonic scales, 5 notes. There's 100. You look in a church hymn book or something like that. 100 songs written on those 5 notes. It's an African scale. And they were singing on the ship, down in the hold of the ship. And one story, you all want to know this story. I'm talking before I give it to you, so you can talk longer than I talk, so we can rest our chops a little bit. Okay? So one ship, the ship captain's name was John Newton. He's from England. And they were singing this pentatonic scale. Give it to me again, James, if you would.
I'm going to give you the major.
Okay. That music was so moving that John Newton turned the ship around and took him back to Africa. That's the power of that music. And he was so moved by it that he wrote lyrics to that melody that you all sing, but I wanted you to know where it comes from. The name of the song he wrote is called Amazing Grace. You've heard of it, but maybe you didn't know that was an African song. Just give us a little bit of it, James, please.
This is all black keys. Did you sing?
You all know that. It's in the air of America. But that's an African song. The first published composer in America was a Pittsburgher named Stephen Foster. You've heard of him, right? He's got a big memorial built for him in Oakland by the cathedral. And there used to be a statue of Stephen Foster. How many of you remember that statue? There was by the dinosaur across the street, right? And there were a lot of people in the neighborhood that were upset because they thought that statue was demeaning to black people. Because Stephen Foster was sitting up on a high perch, and he had a great coat on, and he had a book, and there was supposed to be a pen in his hand, but somebody stole the pen. And there was a slave down at his knee playing the banjo, looking off in the stage, playing the banjo. And people thought, wait a minute, that looks demeaning. The slave's name was Uncle Ned. Uncle Ned was blind. Well, if Uncle Ned's blind and he's playing the banjo, Stephen Foster was writing his music down. Do you get it? He wasn't playing Stephen Foster's music. You get it?
Yes, sir.
And I was told that. I'm going to reminisce for a couple of you old musicians. You remember Ron Hall?
Yeah.
Reverend Ron?
Yeah.
I met him in 1971. I was standing there taking a picture of that statue. And I didn't know him, but he knew me. He walked up to me. He said, "Nelson." I said, "Yeah." He pointed to the statue. He said, "Who's the composer?" He turned around and walked away. And I looked back at the statue and I said, yeah. Now, if you'd have put the title of that statue, Uncle Ned's Secretary, the white people would have moved it. You get it? We need to start thinking about the stories we're told that are spun to make it look like it didn't happen that way. And we need to wake up and do that, okay?
Everything's a lie.
Okay. Well, that could be true, but do you know the difference? That's the question. Okay. All right, Dr. James, I'm going to let you speak now about whatever you want to speak about. But and if you want to say something about Stanley or his music, but we're resting.
Everybody calls me Dr. J, and I would not be talking as long as Nelson. Nobody can talk that long. That's why I'm always giving him 2 minutes every time he speaks. 2 minutes. But just right quickly before I tell my Stanley, what's the name of that song? Deep River. What's the name of that song? What? Oh, okay, y'all got some different dialects. One more, because we can go all day long with the spirituals. Yeah, we're running out of time. Nelson just threw me a... How many of you know this? What? And it's written by who? Marvin Gaye made thousands and thousands of dollars off of those 5 notes the entire, okay? Let me rest my hip a little bit here. So I met Stanley, oh my God, I think it was back in the 80s, and he and I and some other musicians went to dinner, and I remember Doug Drown, the writer. So my impression of Stanley was always a very cool, laid back, you know, cool brother, you know. You're trying to front and chew them out, you know. We went to dinner, so Doug was in this, y'all, I have to tell this story, and I have to tell one that Nelson hadn't heard. Doug Drown was in Stanley's ear. You know how he's a monitor. Anytime I talk to somebody that's dead, I look up to heaven and say, you know I'm telling the truth. And then Stanley's trying to talk to everybody else. And Stanley turned around and said, what for you talking about? He used the F word. That's the first time I saw him getting out of that mode. One time we were all at, there was a place called the Carlton Room, downtown Pittsburgh. I don't know if you remember that. And so I called Nelson my big brother. So Nelson was always, and Nathan, you know I'm telling you the truth, was always talking about Nathan having too much sheet music. So, well, you know, go easy on me, brother, man, you know. So we go on this gig on the Carlton Room. Nelson wasn't there. So Nathan pulls out all this sheet music. What's that, man? And I saw Stanley's eyes get big. He said, Davis, that's entirely too much sheet music. And I thought about you, Nelson. that ship, that SS Norway, I was on that. And Stanley may have saved my life. I think baby, you look good. Okay, so, Pam was there, and I was about to, and I was really thirsty. I was about to swallow some of the Mexican water. And Stanley said, stop! You know, what hollering at me for? You know, don't drink that, you busy. So I did some research, and I found out that people who drank that water from America, they got sick. I think somebody was like really critical on the ship from drinking that water. I enjoyed, you know, playing with Stanley at the at the Carlton room, and you know, I always waited for his solo because I knew it was going to be laid back and relaxed, and it was going to be right in the pocket. I'm not going to go any further than that. But and we also knew his ex-wife, Shirley Scott, who was a close friend of my wife and I's. And I was trying to hunch my wife one day. We were in the car. Shirley was in the back. And she started talking about Stanley. I don't think she knew that they were married. So we happened to be at a rehearsal and Stanley was late. Remember that? That big overgrown little. And then Shirley said, I was married to him. Pam said, oh. See, that's what you get. Opening your mouth with it. But we all appreciate Stanley touching all of our lives. We all appreciate him coming our way and leaving his tones in the universe forever and ever and ever. Thank you.